What's the long-term future for Facebook? I mean, you're going to have to make money at some point. Is it purely from advertising? Is it from exploiting the data?
Well, I mean, it's certainly. I mean, right now it looks like it's going to be from advertising, right? And I think that we have, a really good business that's being built there. Certainly not from exploiting data in a way that like that people don't want it to be shared. That's just the contract that we have with people. I mean, the long term for Facebook is we're really just focused on our mission, just helping people share information. We believe really deeply that if people are sharing more, then the world will be a more open place where people can understand what's going on with the people around them. And that's really what we want to get towards. And that's not a one-year thing, right? That's going to be something that happens over a very long period of time. So we're taking a pretty long-term view of this. One of the really important things which I think was one of the best things that we did last year, was we opened up this development platform, which made it so that it was not just us building different applications and different ways for people to share information, but there's a community all over the world of more than 400,000 different developers, including a bunch of developers in the UK who have built more than 100,000 different applications, right? So that's a lot of development going on right here. And I think that does create effects where it makes it so that people are sharing information in all these different ways. But our goal is really just to enable all of that, and we think that if we provide the easiest, best, simplest way for people to share all these kinds of information that they want with exactly the people that they want, then that's just a long-term, very valuable thing.
I mean, you're talking about lots of information. Are you at all concerned about the sort of privacy implications? Are we throwing away our privacy? Is there a big cultural shift?
So privacy is incredibly important to giving people the ability to share. So we find that, I mean, one of the really important things at Facebook that we've done for a long time, since the beginning, is we've focused on providing very specific privacy controls that people have so they can control exactly who sees which pieces of information. So, I mean, if you take, for example, your mobile phone number, this is an example that we sometimes use. No one wants to share their mobile phone number with 100 million people, right? But you do want to share your mobile phone number with maybe 100 friends or something like that. So if you have the control to be able to say, hey, I just want to share this with these people, then you're able to put it up. If not, then you're probably not going to share that information. So giving people complete control over their privacy, actually, while creating a safe environment, it also makes it so that people can share more information. So it's a really important part of what we do.
But it has been something that has caused issues for you with when you introduced the newsfeed, when you introduced Beacon, that users have kind of reacted. Is that something that you're now consciously trying not to do, not to upset your users, who are, of course, your most important asset?
Well, what we've learned from those experiences is just exactly how important privacy is, right? And this is something that we focused a lot of effort on from the beginning. But those events just even serve as reminders that we just need to keep on focusing on it a lot and just keep on building better and better tools that are easier to use, that give people control over all of their information. We start off very small in a dorm room. Recently, we hit this big milestone for the company where we just passed 100 million users, and that was something pretty big and important for us. But at the same time, you can kind of get the sense that that's really just the beginning of where this can go, right? I mean, there's hundreds of millions of more people in the world, billions, who connect and share with their family, friends, coworkers, people around them, and that's really what we're going after for the long term. So for the next few years, that's what we're going to focus on, and we're basically viewing revenue as just, we need to make enough to sustain ourselves.
But what do you think the sort of knock-on effect for your whole industry could be could be in trouble with a downturn in advertising revenue, with problems with liquidity in the markets? Is the digital economy likely to be hit, do you think?
I mean, I think a major recession or anything like that is going to hit everyone, right? So any company that says that they're recession-proof, I think is, that's. I'm not sure that I'd believe that, but I think that the reality is that good companies get built in all financial conditions, and as long as you focus on just providing very clear value for users, developers, advertisers, all the people that use our products, then I think that we have a good chance of succeeding at what we're trying to do.
It's a good chance. Do you think it's 100% secure? I mean, the critics say that it's great. You've got loads of users, but it's still not quite clear how you're going to make money. Does that not worry you that you haven't hit on the magic formula yet?
Well, I mean, I think we have a good advertising business already, and I think what's important is that there are different ways that advertising works with different types of sharing that happens, right? So the advertising that Google uses for search is different from the advertising that Yahoo does on their online media properties, right? And I think it'll be different with how people share information on Facebook. And we're kind of iterating on the ad model and figuring out exactly how to do that in the best way. And while we're doing that, we're also focusing most of our effort on just trying to make sure that Facebook is available in all these different languages all over the world, so that we can get the next 100 million people who their friends are already on it to help share information and communicate with those people. And that's probably where we're focusing the most of our effort. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident that there's going to be a good model and that we're pretty close to it.
And so just really before we finish, in terms of your expansion, does that mean that you would collaborate, say, with authoritarian regimes like China in order to get access to that market? Or are you kind of steering clear of those sorts of territory?
Well, right now, what we've done, I mean, we've said pretty clearly that at this point we're not comfortable just censoring content or doing anything like that in China. But at the same time, it is available, the service is available in China, in Chinese, right? It's available all over the world. And we found that there's just a lot of valuable use cases for people in all of these places. I mean, everyone all over the world has friends, family, and connections, and can use a site like this to help share information. So, including in places like that. So we just hope that this can provide value for people all over.